Good morning, friends. So we'll start with the next concept, that is the bearing capacity of the soil. So what do you mean by bearing capacity? Bearing capacity of the soil is its ability to support, the load coming over load coming over its unit area without causing excessive settlement and displacement. See, let us see this one. Let us say this is the ground level. So you have a foundation or something like this, okay, any structure, okay. So here the load, whatever load coming on this building or its weight itself, everything is transferred to this portion only, correct now? So this portion of the soil is tested for its stability, okay. Now whatever in plan, how it appears, this will appear like this, no, in plan. This is called as elevation, means from side view it is, you are seeing. From the top view, if you see like this, it will appear as a one square, no. So this is that unit area, means it will appear only acting upon this area only. It is only acting upon this area, this total load, okay. So its ability to support the load, this area of the soil, how much load it will carry, this area of the soil, how much load it will carry without excessive settlement, means what, a settlement should not happen, without displacement, okay. Two words, settlements generally it is in the downward direction. Settling means it is in the downward direction. Displacement may be sideway or may be downward. Both way it is possible. Displacement in horizontal direction or displacement in vertical direction. Both way it is possible. So what it is explaining? Without any settlement and without any displacement. So that load, how much this soil will carry, that load over a unit area, over this unit area, means what, it units is obviously load divided by meter square. You understand this concept, or Newton per mm square. Why? Because load is there, load coming, and over its unit area means something square, mm square or meter square, anything is possible. So load that can be carried by the soil easily without any settlement or without any displacement. So that load over a unit area is called as bearing capacity. I hope it is clear now. Okay. Now, what are the factors? The BC of the soil depends. BC is nothing but bearing capacity. Bearing capacity will depends upon characteristics of its particles. So soil will be having particles, no? So that particles properties are generally cohesion, fineness, compactness, and so many are there. Okay, don't worry about all the definitions. You will learn these things in GT subject later. So just understand soil property. So bearing capacity depends upon soil property, also depends upon moisture content, means what, how much water is there, how much water content is there. So two things it is depending upon, one is soil property as well as moisture content. Both will affect what, bearing capacity. Now next, there are some terms in bearing capacity only, just understand that one. We have one word which is called as ultimate bearing capacity or maximum bearing capacity. So it is denoted by QF. So F stands for final. Okay. So QF. Q is a notation for Newton per mm square. Generally. So this is nothing but bearing capacity for this portion, for bearing capacity. So UBC, ultimate bearing capacity, or MBC, maximum bearing capacity. So what is happening here? It is the word, you see the word, it is the minimum load on unit area causing failure. Minimum load on unit area causing failure is called UBC. How you can understand? By just one experiment you take. There is a soil sample. You put a load on this total, means I am drawing only one arrow, it is applicable to this total area. So let us say it is 5 by 5 meter or something, wherever, whatever may be the value, we don't know. So at 1 kilonewton, this area is not going in settlement, is not going to settlement. So it is not failed. You increase the load 2 kN, 2 kN. Okay, whether it is failed, no. 3 kN, you increase the load, another load. Okay, 3 kN on this area. It is failing, no. You increase 4. Suddenly some settlement happens. So what is this? Suddenly some settlement happens. Suddenly some settlement happens. So the minimum load on that unit area causing failure. What is that minimum area? This is that minimum area. What will happen if you put another load which is 5? That time also settlement will be there. No. If you put 6 also, that time also settlement will be there, because it has passed the soil strength. Soil strength limit is reached now. So whatever extra load is there, soil will not take that load. So that load is converted into settlement now. Means what? Soil is settling or displacing. So 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, if you increase also, settlement will be there. So what is the key word here? That minimum load over which, the minimum load for which failure is happening, that is 4. So this is your UBC, ultimate bearing capacity. So how you can tell? As the load is continuously increasing, soil is not settling. Okay, soil is sufficiently strong. At one point of time, at a particular load, soil started settling. Soil started settling. In other terms, you can tell it as soil is under failure. Soil is under failure. So that load, that minimum value, that minimum load is over that unit area. That minimum load divided by that unit area is called as its ultimate bearing capacity. Okay, so more than this value, anything you put, it is going to fail. So that is why we call it as ultimate. Call it as ultimate. Okay, I hope it is clear. The maximum load, no. The minimum load, yes. The minimum load, above that soil is going to be failure. So that minimum is called as ultimate bearing capacity. Okay, so now safe bearing capacity, what is that? You understand this one. So you have conducted this experiment. So you know that ultimate bearing capacity is this much. So whatever you are putting near to 4 or just above 4, it is going to fail. But for constructing a building, whether you are going to put this much load or you design it for a lesser value, okay, you consider soil strength is this, or soil strength is this, or soil strength is this. How you can tell? For safety purpose, you understand that soil is considered a little bit less strong. Soil is considered for a little bit less strong. Means what? This much will be your factor of safety. You understand this point? For whatever design purpose you are taking it inside, no? You are not going to consider this 4 value. Okay, that is its ultimate. For design purpose, a little bit for safety purpose, you take a lesser value. You take a lesser value. So that lesser for safety purpose is called as what? Is called as what? Is called as safe bearing capacity, denoted by QS. Denoted by QS. Its unit is also same thing. Newton per mm square. Same thing. Newton per mm square. You understand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. So this load soil is settling. So this is called as UBS. So how to tell? The minimum load over which soil is failing. So that is called as UBS, ultimate bearing capacity. But for design purpose, for construction purpose, you take somewhat lesser value for design. Why lesser value? For safety purpose. For safety purpose, you consider a lesser strength of soil, for just safety purpose. So that is what? Safe bearing capacity. What is that explained here? Safe bearing capacity. While designing the structure, the soils never loaded to the full value. Soil will never loaded to this highest value. Okay. So the value of the permissible load. It is called as permissible. Up to 3 only it is permissible. For the purpose of design, it is called as SBC. This value is called as SBC. For the purpose of design, only permissible limits are taken. So that is called as SBC. Okay. So what is the formula here? So SBC is nothing but UBC divided by FOS. UBC is ultimate bearing capacity. This is safe bearing capacity. This is factor of safety, FOS. Factor of safety ranges from 2 to 3. For ordinary building it is 2. For heavy structure it is 2.5 to 3. Just remember that. Okay. So just SBC defined as the maximum pressure which the soil can carry safely. Now you understand. For safety purpose, what is the maximum value? Okay. So that is your SBC. So you understand these concepts. Okay. It is defined as the maximum pressure that soil can carry safely without any failure. Okay. UBC is minimum value over which failure is happening. Here maximum value for safety purpose. So both are clear. So you have two tests. Sorry, there are some methods to estimate BC. One full question will come from this part. Okay. The bearing capacity can be determined by following methods. Analytical method, okay, which uses soil parameters. Analytical method means what? Some mathematical formula is there, some derivations are there. So those things are called as analytical. Second is site method, that is called as plate load test method. This is there for your syllabus. Third is penetration test. So that one we have seen, no? So that some needle is there, hammer is there. Okay, it is made to fall on some location. So this resistance to penetration is measured. Okay, so that type of experiment is there. The last one, presumptive bearing capacity values from code books. What is this code books? So have you heard the word IS code 456, IS code so and so, IS code 800, like this? These are Indian standard code book for civil engineering purpose. In some of the code book, already the bearing capacity of some standard soils have been given. So you can directly take those bearing capacity values for your design purpose. So that is clear. Now what are the things? These are from codes. Penetration test is nothing but falling and how much resistance is offered. Analytical method means measuring, or mathematical is there. Mathematical formula, derivations, all those things are there. So using soil parameters. So that is analytical method. Only remaining is plate load test. Plate load test. Okay. Now in plate load test, it is a field test. It is a field test to determine the UBC. To determine what? Ultimate bearing capacity. And probable settlement under a given loading. And you can measure the probable settlement. Okay. Now, this is a plate load test. Okay. In the plate load test, what exactly you are doing? See here. This is actually ground level. This is actually a ground level. So some excavation trench is made like this. Some excavation trench. Okay. Some excavation. At this point, one plate is kept. Steel plate. Are you able to reason? So that is why here I have written test plate. This is one test plate. Okay. On this test plate, some loading position or loading post. What is written here? Loading post means what? Through this loading post, through this loading jack, this plate is loaded and this plate is directly resting on soil. This plate is directly resting on soil. Is that okay? Okay now. So now what is happening here? A load is increased, plate is made settled here. Okay. Now as the load increases, obviously the soil is starts to settle down. And how much it is settling? 10 mm, 20 mm, all those things are recorded using these dial gauges. Dial gauges are there. Here they have kept just on the plate with some arrangement. This is that arrangement. And these dial gauges record what? The settlement of this steel plate. and this is called as datum bar. Datum bar is nothing that at zero load, what is the settlement? That is what we call it as datum bar. Without any load, what is the settlement? So that is the datum bar. 4 points now here. There is a plate, test plate. There is a loading post over which load is come, that is loading post. There are dial gauges to measure the settlement of this steel plate under the loads. These are called as dial gauges. Datum bar is what? You are comparing settlement with something, no? So settlement before was this, now it is this. Before was this, now it is this, like this. Okay, so that is datum bar. At zero load, what is this one? Now, how to put load on this one? How to put load on this one? There is a hydraulic jack, there is a fluid pipe. Okay, don't worry about all those things. If you just understand here, loading post, how to get the load? By increasing the sandbags. You just understand, by increasing the sandbags. Okay, now this is a loading post. On this loading post, some main girder is there. On main girder, some cross joists are kept. On cross joist, some planks are kept. On planks, there will be sandbags on plank. All these arrangements, what is the necessity? What is the necessity? To make load distribution equally. That is the important point here. That's all. You cannot simply take load here, put on this one. Okay, this is a loading post. This is a one small tray kind of a thing. If you put some sandbags here and directly you measure this one, it will not give a correct value. So that is why they are making some girder arrangement, some cross joints, again some planks. On that you are keeping what? Sandbags. This will make a uniform loading. This will make a uniform loading. Okay, so now arrangement is how? Loading post, don't worry about this. Pipe, fluid, hydraulic jack, don't worry about this. There is a main girder, and main girder is made to rest on this one, masonry wall. Masonry is nothing but some brick wall, stone wall. Okay, some arrangement is there. Main girder on this cross joist, on these planks, on these sandbags. You consider this one. Increasing the sandbag will increase the load on the steel plate and will increase the settlement, and that settlement will be recorded in dial gauge. One more bag, increase in the sandbag will increase the loading post value, increase the settlement value through this steel plate. It is recorded through dial gauge. So you have what curve? On x-axis load is there, on y-axis settlement is there. For easy understanding, I will draw settlement in this direction. Why? Soil is settling in downward direction. Soil is settling in downward direction. Okay. Now at lesser value of this one, load is like this. Okay. If I draw here, if I draw like this is x-axis is load. X-axis is load. Settlement is in y-axis. Now lesser value is this. As you increase the load, settlement also increase. As you increase the load, settlement also increase. Like this, it will go and increase. At some point of a time, settlement is very fast. Settlement is very fast like this. Okay, very high value for small load increase. For small load increase, there is a high value. At this point, you can say it is a failed. It is failed. So its ultimate bearing capacity is this. Same curve I can draw like this also. No, I can take load on the x-axis same, but settlement in this direction. As the load increases, slowly settlement will come like this. It will come like this. It will come. So at which, if there is a sudden displacement, if there is a sudden settlement, so this point is called as its bearing capacity. This point is called as bearing capacity. It's called as UBC. You draw vertical. Here is the load, and you can take the load value divided by its area. It will give load ultimate bearing capacity. I hope you have understood this plate bearing test. Very important from exam point of view. Okay, very important. Okay, so load is increased, settlement is measured, and load versus that one. So it is called as plate load test by gravity loading platform method. Gravity loading. This type of is called as plate load test by gravity platform method.